Yeah, the Alabama team in camp for the first day on Friday, and I just have to think that this group is armed and ready and motivated to make amends for what happened at the end of last season. A successful season by all accounts for every other program in the country except for them for the most part.
Well, and even with as many guys as they've got coming back, I mean, they've got like 9 of 11 starters coming back on defense. You've got the Heisman Trophy, Bryce Young coming back on as far as the offense is concerned. But there's still going to be some very interesting battles, and we won't go into great detail with this. But watch the wide receiver battle. I think is going to be fascinating to say the least. Maybe with a healthy JoJo Earl. Jermaine Burton, the Georgia transfer coming over. I think it's going to be fascinating. Offensive tackle, where are they going to go as far as the offensive tackle is going to be concerned? Looking at some young guys, J.C. Latham, Tommy Brockenmeyer, just to name a few. I know that Damian George played a little bit last year. Inside linebacker with Christian Harris leaving, that's going to be interesting to see kind of where that goes. Also, cornerback, we know about Josh Jobe, Jalen Armour Davis leaving for the NFL. Kool-Aid McKinstry would be back. He is going to be a mainstay and a real star. Kyrie Jackson, who saw time in the national championship game, Mark, probably before he needed to and wanted to, frankly, but he still got out there. And Teron Arnold is going to be very important. And running back, Brian Robinson is gone to the NFL, and he's going to make a team. He is, he's not flashy. He's not going to run a 4-2 or anything like that, but he is an all-purpose back in a lot of ways. Trey Sanders, Jahmyr Gibbs, the Georgia Tech transfer, among others, at running back. So the tide is loaded, Mark, but don't think for a minute there won't be a lot of position battles as they get on into the spring.
I'm fascinated by that wide receiver group, as you mentioned off the top, because it's been the best group in college football for the past 4 or 5 years. Jameson Williams, John Mechie were dynamite in replacing the legendary guys, the first-round picks that they had before. But, of course, Mechie gone for the playoffs. Williams gets hurt in the national championship game. And we saw a prime example of replacing 4 and 5 stars with 4 and 5 stars that don't have the experience and have yet to prove it. And Bryce Young threw some dimes that were dropped in that title game that could have proven a completely different ball game had they been held on to.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt about that. And I mean, Trayshawn Holden and Jai Hall are guys that they've got immense talent to go along with Ja'Cory Brooks, who caught the late touchdown against Auburn. But that's going to be very important. And very quickly here, I think we all saw, didn't we, Mark, that video of Nick Saban talking to a group and mentioned to having receivers that were in the national championship game who had not really paid attention to detail, and they weren't as ready to play as they should have been. And that really cost them and the team an opportunity. So the question is, will they be heeding his advice come spring?